The Greater Lagos countdown to 2025 concert saw Burna Boy unceremoniously exit the stage. I beg your pardon. What would have been a complete performance from the superstar hitmaker was abruptly cut short when an overzealous fan jumped on stage. The clip of the moment currently making rounds on the internet shows the fan rushing on the stage as Burna Boy nearly boots him off the stage. An official successfully gets him off the stage, but the scurry apparently didn't go down well with the bundle crooner. Immediately as his smash hit Last came on, he signaled his disinterest and carrying off the performance and headed towards the exit. Reactions to the Afrobeat hitmaker from his fans and critics have showed that some were really disgusted by all he did. Yes, critics have actually made their remarks known by going online to say things like he was proudful, he could have actually still done his performance. Some said he wouldn't do that, he cannot try that same thing abroad. Yeah, okay, so yeah, somebody said, can he do this kind of thing abroad? No, he can't. So why is it in Nigeria? Because he has zero respect. Some people believe he has zero respect for his Nigerian fans. So what do you make of this story?
You know, I always love following this principle I was taught back in primary school. So when you want to cross the road, you look left, you look right, you look left again. So
yeah.
I love looking at two sides of it. Number one, why would a fan jump on a performing artist while he's on stage? It makes no sense. If you met him backstage, I can understand. He can't be performing. He came there for business, and you are jumping on him. It makes no sense. Okay. Number two, I can understand that Burna Boy, the whole thing just destabilized him. That's where professionalism comes in. Do you understand? As a professional, he's expected to keep his cool and still carry on the performance. So him just being that disoriented and all that, that was actually unprofessionalism, or rather unprofessional on his part. The other part of it is, can this be done outside, you know, abroad and all that? It's something that we actually need to talk about, because there are certain things that we do in Nigeria. We just act anyhow in Nigeria because there are no certain principles to put certain things in check. If fans actually paid for something, then it's your responsibility to give them what they paid for, and learn to keep your cool. I think that's just my
impression. If I want to look at it from another perspective, because I do watch live performance a lot, and sometimes you have people come on stage and they probably did sound check and they don't have the proper sound that they want, and maybe something goes south, for instance. Would they stop their performance because something happened? Would they be disoriented to want to be like, okay, shall we share the grace, as we say in church?
You know, it depends on the degree of the mishap.
Okay.
There is a certain mishap that can be managed, but there are certain that can be managed. Now, this now depends on the artist specifically. Some will turn the whole thing to a beautiful experience where the whole crowd will sing an a cappella, and we just chant and things like that, and some will just walk off. So that one now depends on the artists themselves. But like I said earlier, the magnitude of the disruption will determine whether the performance will still go on or not.
Okay, so but some people have actually deemed this as pride. So do you feel this is like a prideful experience? Because I've seen scenarios where people jump on stage and the artist just tends to
hugs them,
like
some
yes,
can even give you a mic to sing.
Before, like this is done almost everywhere. People see things like this happen and they just find a way to turn it around. Do you feel like he's being proudful because he's called the African giant and now they carry shoulder and all?
No matter where you come from, never no matter how far you go, never forget where you come from.
Really, no
He
matter
came
how far
from
you
the
go,
streets.
never
So
forget where you came from.
he shouldn't forget where he came from. There were times where I believe when he was at that level where he would look up to people. Now people are looking up to him. So you have to be welcoming and make them feel, feel at home, and don't just edge people out. When you ask, is he proud or not?
Yeah.
My personal opinion, from what I've seen about Burna Boy, I think he's a proud person actually.
Okay,
Because that was just
that was pride.
Pride, yeah.
Really, that was pride, and a lot of, like you said, a lot of people are actually looking up to him. You have young ones now; they like call him their mentor or something, somebody they look up to. How do you feel this affects the young ones? Would they now not do the same thing? Being that, okay, they are trying to emulate what he's already doing, and you are booting somebody off stage.
We didn't even talk about the booting something because we actually meant to talk about it. I watched
Actually,
it. He literally just booted this guy, like kicked him.
Yes.
That was wrong. Okay, let's come from the standpoint of self-defense. I don't know what this guy was up to. I don't know if my life is at risk here, if there's a threat, security threat. If that's from the, okay, I can understand. I don't know what good, but come on. Anyways,
plus, he had security people. I've seen him walk on stage, and I see people around him. Even when he's doing his thing, you have them around. Though they're not very close to him, but do you think if there was any security risks that the fan was posing, do you think he might have gotten away? He could have gotten away with anything that he wanted to do if that was the case?
Actually, if you come from that perspective, I think no, because that was very dangerous. The fan actually got to him before his bouncers got to the fan.
Yeah, okay.
And that's bad. So if that was a security issue, I think something would have happened to Burna Boy. So that was actually, I guess his security guys, his details, his bouncers, they should work on their professionalism.
Okay.